When I walked out, he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, so they let you go, huh?"
When you leave, they tell you, "Hey, yeah, see you back. We'll see you again. Don't worry.
You'll be back.
You'll be back." And as I'm walking out, I'm thinking, where am I going to go? What am I going to do?
When people leave prison, they get $100 and a set of clothes, and they're off to make it on their own. In most cases, the only place they know where to go is to former family members, of whom some are on drugs, or back to a crime-infested community where there are no support systems in place. FreedomWorks is a post-prison ministry that embraces former offenders as they adjust to life on the outside and re-enter society.
At the point of my release, I was scared to death.
I had burned every bridge. My family disowned me.
I ran into all my drug buddies.
I had a wife that I totally abandoned.
What am I going to do for a job?
I had kids that I hadn't seen in 2 years.
But what are they going to think of their dad now? Now I'm going to come at them with, I am a Christian now. My life has changed. They're not going to believe anything until they see the proof.
Most prisoners, especially if you're talking to them before their release, are facing one of the greatest fears. They don't want to go back to where they came from. And they really are struggling, and they're very frightened because they know that the chances of them coming back is high, unless there's an intervening factor.
Everyone knows that the world's answer to crime, the government's solution to crime, which is prison, is not working. 64% of former offenders repeat offend, are rearrested, and are once again institutionalized.
They need to know that there's someone there that they can go to and that's serious about their staying out of jail.
I've watched so many people go back because of lack of aftercare.
Over 500,000 ex-prisoners are flowing back into our communities every year. With 64% likely to be rearrested, it's time for more faith-based individuals and organizations to take a serious look at how to be more involved. Many well-meaning people attempt to embrace them, but often just don't know how. They get discouraged and give up. FreedomWorks is here to help.
What's going to stop the recidivism is not how long you put a person in prison, not what you teach them in terms of employment, training, and those types of things as a goal, but developing a relationship with God, having a relationship with Jesus Christ. Because if you're not corrected on the inside, all these things that they do for you on the outside just won't work.
Everything you learn through life, from high school to college to survival as an addict to going out on the street and your wife's prostitute, everything you learn, how to steal, lie, cheat, you got to unlearn. And you unlearn it all and you fill it in with the Word.
After receiving Christ and learning that how very wrong I had been, and I didn't know I was wrong until I received Jesus Christ.
People coming out of prison don't believe they can make it. They do good for a little while and they make a mistake and they blow it, and the rejection and the failure supersedes anything that they could try to accomplish.
One of the problems with most of the men and women leaving prison today is that there isn't a committed person there to meet them at the gate, to walk with them, to mentor them, to hold them accountable and help them bear the burden of transition from prison back into society.
You can be a really strong Christian in jail, right? And because you know that someone's in control of your life right then. You know that you can go to Bible study and you can concentrate fully on your problem while you're incarcerated. You have plenty of time to flashback of what you did wrong, what you can do to improve, what you can do to change. But once you step out of that gate and you're on your own, now you have to think about, where's my money going to come from? Where am I going to stay?
So when they come out on the outside, we're standing right there with our hand opening saying, come on, brother, let's go. We've got your housing situation. We've got a home church for you. We've got food. We've got clothing for you. But most of all, we've got Jesus in our group. Welcome, brother, and let's go.
It's a wonderful transition when you see another person begin to believe that God loves them just the way they are, and that their past no longer is the chains that hold them together, but the love of God begins to set them free.
I'd never had a feeling of such joy.
I started doing jail ministry.
And such peace in my life.
And he goes, man, Rocky, I wish you could go talk to these other guys in there and tell them, that there's a way out.
all things work together for the good, for those who love God and are called according to his purpose.